So, Shift Up showed Evie for about 3 minutes, and now all the angry Karens and the woke redditors have something new to be upset about. Which is shocking because Stellar Blade discourse is famous, where the most normal people on the internet gather to have their most normal thoughts. Now, my take on the trailer is honestly not even that spicy. I thought it looked great. My only real complaint is that I probably would have wanted to keep Eve as the main character because I liked her and I liked the first game. But I don't mind it that much. I mean, we have new MC now and Evie looks cool. The hand-to-hand combat looks stylish, and if the game plays anything like the first one, I'm probably gonna buy it day one. A disgusting opinion, I know. A man liked the trailer and had one minor complaint: society may never recover. But apparently that opinion is now suspicious because the new discourse is that Evie looks like a child, and if you are interested in the game, you are a PDF file. Let me just say the obvious adult thing first, because people on the internet love pretending you disagree with the most insane version of their point. Actual children being sexualized is bad. Obviously. Nobody normal is going to argue against that. But Evie does not look like a child. That is the part where this whole conversation goes stupid. To me, Evie looks like a young adult, around 20-ish, early 20s maybe. She has a softer face, she is a bit shorter, and her design is clearly going for a younger, more energetic action heroine vibe than Eve had. That does not make her a child, it makes her a stylized character in a Korean sci-fi action game. And I know this might be shocking to some people online, but adults can look young. Some 20-year-olds look like 20-year-olds. Incredible, I know. Evie does not look like a little kid, she looks like a young adult character with soft face and smaller frame. Those are not the same thing, and acting like they're the same thing is completely detached from reality. And look, if Evie's design is not for you, fine. Not every character has to be made for every person, but that is a taste issue. It is not a reason to act like everyone who likes the design needs to be put on a watch list. The weird part is how fast people turn "I don't like how Evie looks" into "everyone who likes it is a PDF file." That word is not supposed to be a gamer insult you can just throw at the random people because they like the trailer. If your whole argument depends on calling strangers that, maybe your argument is not as strong as you think it is. That is the problem with online discourse. People do not just say "I don't like this." They say "I don't like this" and everybody who does is wrong and probably a criminal. Because then they do not have to explain anything, they can just sit on the moral high ground and throw rocks at people. And with Stellar Blade, people were ready to do that before the trailer even ended. The game has been living rent-free in some people's heads since the first one. I mean, Eve showed up and internet argued for months, and somehow a fun action game became a political personality test. You could not just say "I like the combat." No, suddenly you had to explain your entire worldview because the main character was attractive. Which is funny, because underneath all the noise, Stellar Blade was a good game. It was not perfect, but the combat was fun, the music was great, and the whole thing had style. That is enough for people to be excited when the sequel looks like it's pushing that same energy further. People are excited because it looks like a cool action game. I know, terrifying. A video game looking fun, truly dangerous territory. And Evie, fighting mostly with her hands and gauntlets, is a good hook. She is not just Eve with a new haircut, she feels faster, more physical, and different enough that the new MC choice could actually make sense. The annoying part is that a lot of people clearly wanted to be mad before they even watched the trailer. And this is what makes the whole thing so annoying. Again, if Evie is not for you, fine. Nobody is forcing you to like her. Nobody is forcing you to buy the game. You can look at the trailer and decide the design is too youthful and move on with your life. That is allowed. That is healthy even. But turning around and saying anyone who does like it is a PDF file, that is not healthy. That is not protecting anyone. That is just stupid. That is just using a disgusting accusation as a shortcut because "I don't like this character design" does not sound dramatic enough for you. And honestly, I am tired. I am tired of every game with attractive female character turning into a drama. I am tired of people pretending that liking fan service means you have failed moral exams or something. I'm tired of the people acting like stylized art is only acceptable if the character looks like she's 35, exhausted, and about to tell me about her divorce. And honestly, sometimes it feels like half the people furious about hot characters are not even mad about the game. They're mad that other people still like seeing beautiful women in games. It always has the energy of some bitter divorced stay-at-home mom who has not exercised further than a fridge in 5 years, suddenly discovering that big surprise, people like hot characters. Anyway, Evie looks young, yeah. She does not look like a child. Those two sentences can exist at the same time, and if your brain cannot handle that, maybe the problem is not the trailer. Anyway, subscribe and I love you. Bye!